Welcome back to Hanover as we get set for Game 5 of the North Conference Final in the PJHL. It's Hanover looking to clinch things tonight against Orillia. I'm Steve Sabbert along with John Colias and Miles back at our CKNX studios, keeping everything on track, and Adam Olivero from Whiteman making us look good here tonight in the P&H Center. And Johnny K, a big game tonight for both teams. One's on the edge, the other's looking to get through. Let's go to Johnny K's keys to the game. What can we expect from Hanover this evening?
You know what? Business as usual. Brady Anderson, he's calm. He has a game plan. His team knows how he wants him to play, and it's just get the crowd into it, score early. And we saw a glimpse of it in Orillia on Wednesday night, how they had the lead, but they kept playing the same way. That's important. That's how Brady Anderson's team plays. Looking forward to see how they start here at the P&H Center.
The Orillia Terriers coming into the Hanover ice rink for the third game of this series for them on the road. And Johnny K, what do they have to do?
You know what? We watched Coach Dahlman come up here for the first time to watch the Barons warm up. He's dialed in. And at this point of the series, he's got to be a good storyteller. He's got to convince his team that they can win. They've gone through a lot. Is there any fuel left in the tank? They knocked off the Allison Hornets. Allison beat Orillia 6 times this year. No one thought they could do it. They beat them in the Crothers final. Can he find some magic to get back in this series tonight?
Lineups tonight. Orillia Terriers welcoming back Devin Edmonds. He was suspended for the last game. Big number 77 will add some punch.
Yeah, you know, they missed him last game. Secondary scoring. He's 21 years old. He's going to provide some goal line pressure 100%.
Reed Thomas expected to get the start in net. Had a little bit of a rough ride back on Wednesday night. Goaltenders have to have short memories. Short
memories for sure, and I love that he's having another opportunity. He's 17 years old. He has pedigree, and he's going to rise to the occasion here. If the Terriers have a chance here at the P&H Center, he has to be the first star, in my opinion.
For the Hanover Barons, as expected, no changes. You don't mess with the chemistry, JK, especially after reeling off 3 straight wins.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's just a lot of coaches do that. When I played, you have your lineup, and you put pieces in there. You have fourth-line guys that play. They play key roles. They penalty kill McIsaac, Galutz, and Farlow, and you just don't want to mess with the winning recipe. That's what Brady Anderson's doing here tonight in Game 5.
A great crowd here at the arena. Fans started filing in just after 6 o'clock to save their seats and get a good view of the ice, a good view anywhere you are in here. And, of course, as the hockey world starts to shrink, as teams disappear, we see more spectators come out, including Terry Whiteside, of course. The head of the PJHL is here tonight, Chum McCaskill, who is the commissioner of the North Conference, and a lot of other familiar faces. Shout out to Louis Livingston, former Wingham Ironman head coach, Listowel Cyclone scout, Mitchell Hawks coach. He's been to this point before, and I'm sure has some stories to share. JK, let's talk about the Hanover Barons and that fourth line grind that they have, because if you go back to Game 3, in the third period, Brady Anderson was able to utilize that fourth line, and he's not afraid to put them out in some key situations.
You know what? The team can't go forward without the fourth line. That's not a cliche. What they do when they get spotted throughout the game, throughout periods, is they're relieving pressure from the top guys. They have a role, and they're just playing some minutes, and they're resting the top 6, but they also have a key role in the penalty kill. When the Barons are on the PK, who's the first 2 that Brady Anderson puts over the board? It's Galutson, McIsaac, 2 pillars. They can kill a penalty like no one else, and they have a purpose, and that's just bench management, and the Barons are doing a great job here on this playoff run.
Big night for the Duke back on Wednesday night. Number 26 here in Dukeshire, potting a couple. He was also the hardest working player of the game, brought to you by Listowel Honda, and really, when you look up and down the lineup, JK, they're getting contributions from just about everyone. Yeah, you know what? Quietly, it's Kyle Maloney doing a job feeding Dukeshire. You got McIntosh, Calhoun, McGilvery. They've been solid. Elliott McCary, some secondary scoring, and just all sorts of contributions here, and that's depth. And like I've said, right from the start of this playoff run, the Barons have depth. They have 3 lines that can go up against any team in the PJHL. Derek Hartley, the Shallow Lake native, coming in here. This is his 3rd consecutive appearance in the North Conference Finals. If you remember, 2 seasons ago, he was with Stainer before making the move to Hanover. And 2 shutouts in the series. But really, it's got to be great to have confidence and players have mentioned that having Hartley back there has given them confidence.
You know what? Confidence. It's all about experience. You and I were in Woodstock when we saw Derek Hartley for the first time play in the PJHL Smoltz Cup. He was 17. He lost that tough game in the semis. But what do? Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Hartley, next year, he takes the Hanover Barons to the semifinals of the Smoltz Cup, and he's one win away from doing the same thing tonight.
Looking at some of the other series as an update, of course, Napanee beating Clarington last night. They sweep that series. So the Raiders waiting in the wings. Essex sweeping Petrolia. And the other series has New Hamburg and Grimsby tied at 2. They'll resume their series tomorrow night in New Hamburg for game number 5, so that one could tip any way. The Barons, of course, tonight looking to close this one out and get a well-deserved week off before they get ready again for that next step.
Yeah, the next step, but I tell you what, these Orillia Terriers, they're really proud. They're going to work hard. They're going to throw everything but the kitchen sink. They're going to go working hard below the goal line. And you know what? They're going to need more contributions besides the Fuller line to get things going. They got Dumont back in the lineup. Who else is going to step up for the Terriers? Will it be Presley? They're going to need something. Finn Price, he's been solid in this series. So Coach Dowman has his team down in that dressing room tonight, and he's telling boys, you got to believe. You got to believe. We need one win here, and we're going home, and anything can happen. So I'm looking for a big push by the Terriers.
Ryan Drury not with us tonight. He's with the Guelph Storm as they're looking at their draft party. So it'll just be myself and Johnny Kay bringing you all of the action. Not to worry, though. Ryan will return as the playoffs stretch on. And the Hanover Barons looking to give their home crowd a win tonight to cheer. It's going to get loud in here for sure with the horns and the bells as Ryan Colhoun waiting to lead the team out of the gate with the flag bearers circling around the ice. And I did want to take a note, JK, about the game day operations from both teams. Of course, talking with Jeff in Orillia, who does their PA announcing as well. But both teams really giving the fans the full game experience and a community experience.
You know what? The PJHL about 10 years ago, they started to make that a focus about being in an environment that you want to bring your family. And they do that in Orillia. They do that wherever we go, Steve. And here at the P&H Center, they're doing it right. It's a full house. You have to be here at the P&H Center by 6 o'clock to get a seat. And that's Rick Ryer on the mic here. And we're ready to go here for puck drop very soon.
Team standing at their doors, ready to jump out. Got to wait for the officials, of course, to make the first step. And we'll wait for the officiating crew to step on the ice, and we'll get going in about 3 minutes time. 8 o'clock scheduled puck drop. It is full. Around the boards, in the lobby, and not a seat to be found, Johnny K. This is great.
Yeah, I love it. Good time. Some Terrier fans have traveled well. It's Sebastian and Hollister with the bands on today, and you can hear it. Barons take the ice, the Terriers to our left. Looking forward to a great call with my buddy Steve Sabrin.
Want to mention Ty Sebastian coming back from Las Vegas, competed in a men's fastball tournament with Bear Creek last weekend, so he's traded in his cleats for the skates here tonight in game number 5. Teams are lined up at the respective blue lines. We're just about ready to go. Thanks for listening to the pregame show, brought to you by Westburn Rexall in Listowel, your source for electrical supplies. This is OHA Hockey on CKNX, brought to you by Cleaning Depot by PBJ, more than just cleaning supplies.
Welcome and honor one of our biggest supporters of the Hanover Barons, Josh Farlow. Josh and his wife Lisa, proud parents of number 25 for your Hanover Barons, and they own Farlow's Home Hardware in Durham. They are great sponsors of the Hanover Barons. Please support Farlow's Home Hardware in Durham when you can. Thank you very much to the Farlows, their sponsorship. At this time, I ask that you please rise if you're able. Remove your hats. The Hanover Barons are proud to welcome for the singing our national anthem, Blake Wilson. Blake is a star of Disney's Newsies Junior that's on right now at the Drayton Festival Theater. It's the last show this weekend. 2 shows Saturday, 2 shows Sunday. There are still tickets available. You can find the tickets at studio410.ca. Studio410.ca, the Drayton Festival Theater for Disney's Newsies Junior. Like,
oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for
awesome job, Blake. Okay, starting lineup for your Orillia Terriers. Defense number 23, Caden Pattenden. 21, Nathan McKee. Forwards 10, Finn Price. 25, Jordan Fuller.
Go from Hanover tonight. The Barons skating right to left and the Terriers left to right. Steve Sabbert along with John Colias, Miles back at our CKNX studios, keeping us on track, and Adam Olivero from Whiteman with us tonight as well, as the Hanover Barons will start out with the top line of Kyle Maloney, Sam Barrett, and Eric Dukeshire. And Orillia bouncing back with Colebrook up the middle, Fuller on the near wing. And away we go. Puck into the Hanover zone. Comes out to the top of the face-off circle. Look out right on Hartley. Tries to steer away with the paddle, and he'll find it. And Orillia pushing right away. Really no chance, Johnny K. They had to come out swinging.
Yeah, for sure. Big push there. Nathan McKee, the 16-year-old, let's keep an eye on him for the Terriers tonight. Played about 25 minutes on Wednesday. He's 16 years old. He can really get the puck out of the zone and get into the zone with pressure.
Face off, far side, picked up by Dukeshire, trying to clear, gets to the blue line and throws it through center. Picked up by McKee, thrown over to the far side. Backing up is Verbeek. He sends it off the boards. Still on the far wing, Dukeshire trying to work it there, and it's picked up by Barrett and throws it to the open ice. Maloney will pursue. Can't backhand it into the zone, has to skate it back. Gets by one check, gets by two, and here he comes down the gut. Pass across, hit a skate, and it's covered up by the netminder, number 80, Reed Thomas, to our left.
Interesting there in the neutral zone. Maloney gets the puck at the red line, and then he skates back towards his own end, a little loop at the blue line, and he finds time and space. At the same time, 3 Terriers are making a change. They have to be aware. Face off to the left of Reed Thomas, far side.
McGilvery battling on the boards. Colhoun trying to keep it in. He does. Up ahead to McIntosh towards the net. Thomas will send it to the corner. Glidden to pick it up for the Terriers. Puts it to center. Colhoun was right there. Pops it back in the Orillia zone, but Glidden on the near side has it now. He'll skate up to center ice and throw it into the Hanover end. Sharp angled shot off his stick will go out of play, and that will set up the face-off in the Hanover end.
Like you said, Steve, great crowd here at the P&H Center. It was nice catching up with Clark Pollock. The Pollock division, he's happy to be here, and it's always nice to chat with Clark.
Face-off to the left side, picked up by McIntosh, gets to the blue line, not out. High slot, Palomaki, there's a shot, and it's underneath Hartley. He'll cover it up as the shot came from the far left side, a decent one, but Hartley was up to the challenge.
Yeah, Fuller gets the puck to Palamaki, about a 5-foot pass to his left, top of the circle. It's Derek Hartley with the save in the butterfly. There's going to be a face-off to his right, far side.
Yeah, McLean got that shot away. Big number 9. Play goes over to the far side. Verbeek sends it behind the Hanover net. Here's Duggan in the corner, trying to backhand it up weakly on the near side, kept in. Duggan has it once more. Play on the near wing, picked up by the Barons. McCary off the boards, and it's to McIsaac. It's down the ice. Curtis Arnold chasing. Puts on the break, tied up along the near wall. Look out. Player goes hard into the end boards. McCary trying to give chase. Puck to the far side, and it's out of Orillia's end, and they'll rush it up that far left side. Here comes Petrov in hard on McIsaac. Puck behind the net comes to the near corner. And it's going to be rolled out by Hanover as McIsaac got a stick on it. Couldn't control it cleanly, though, and it's turned back into the Hanover end. Orillia coming up with a lot of pressure here in the early going, trying to use their speed and trying to cause giveaways, which that happened. Here's a shot, toe save, rebound, and it's just pushed wide of the net. First chance to Orillia. High slot. Oh, my gosh, Hartley with the save. Did you see that? Play comes to the near boards, and it's out over the blue line, and Derek Hartley saving it early on his side, doing leg lifts, making the save.
Hartley going all road hockey there with the save. It was a big one here early in the first.
McKee sends it into the Hanover zone, in behind the net, picked up by Shield. He loses it. Poke check there, play on the near board, shot comes in, glove down by Hartley, and he'll have to settle the troops down.
D-zone coverage for the Barons early in this one, not good enough. Pressure coming from the top and the Terriers, 2 giveaways. Hartley steals the show there with the save on his side. Little scissor kick makes the save. There'll be a face-off to his left, near side.
Face-off on the near boards, picked up. Fuller's shot, hit a leg. Price trying to give chase. Wraps it around over to the far corner. Here's Price. Duggan charges him. Play comes to the near boards. Glidden will step in from the near side. Keep the puck in deep. Glidden has it again in the corner. Pass to Fuller's shot. Saved by Hartley. Sharpshooter stopped there. Play comes back to the near blue line. Glidden is there to hold it in again. His shot rolls off a leg. Hanover back on its heels right now. Unable to get to the puck. Maloney couldn't find it. Now poke loose, and it's going to be Barrett trying to ride it out. Rode up on his shoulder, and it got out for a moment. Orillia quickly back on side, though, and making changes. Here's Maloney. Looking for some space, sends it up. It hit an ankle, and Palamaki turns it the other way. Stopped just inside the blue line. Throws it to the net. Look out, that was tipped. Play comes near corner. Puck finding Orillia early here. They've had some good chances. Splash from the point, slows down. Hartley down. Loose puck. Scooped up by Barrett. Oh my. That puck tipped off a Hanover blade and knuckled in on Hartley, and he's getting tested often. Play comes to the near board. Swung back to the blue line. Body sends it across. Nice play by Dukeshire. Now Barrett's going to race for it. One man to beat. Look out. Takes a hit. As Barrett was going for the puck, and he got squeezed out by the last defender Body. 15:40 left to play here in the opening period. Still no score, thanks to the fantastic goaltending of number 29. Play deep in the Orillia zone, coming up the near side. Feltus off the boards, and it's going to be tipped in to the Hanover end. Sent over to Hartley, and he'll cover it up again. And it's been all Orillia in the first few minutes, with a little bit of a shoving match in the far corner.
We shouldn't be surprised, Steve, with the start of the Terriers. Their season is on the line, throwing everything but the kitchen sink at Hartley. 2 spectacular saves. Barons, they're bending, they're not breaking. 15:22 left here, first period. Face off to the left of Shell Lake, Ontario's Derek Hartley, near side.
Well, the Barons will have to find a measure here to get some momentum going on their end. Play comes over to the near boards. Scott couldn't clear it. Kept in. Pass to the far side. Pattendon steps in on it. Tries to center it. Pattendon around the net, using that big frame to protect the puck. In the corner. Gets rolled around. Petrov trying to assist. In behind the net. Danny Scott will pick it up. and he'll float it out, and it's on the stick of Arnold. Arnold has it. Quick shot. That's over everything off the end glass. Hanover trying to keep it in. McCary will try to chase it. Here's Edmonds back in the lineup tonight after sitting out in Game 4. Edmonds with the play. Sends it up the gut. Intercepted. Behrens can't move it through the neutral zone, and it's back into the Hanover end. Arnold plays it over to McIsaac. Over to Danny Scott. He's got a hustle. Off the boards, and luckily for Hanover, they got a bounce, and it's out. McCary trying to sweep it into the Orillia zone. Here's McKee on the near right side. The young defenseman coming into the zone. McKee with it. Holds on to it around the net. Gets by Howell. McKee still with it. Slides it over to Glidden. Glidden will send it down to the near corner. That gets by Randall. Maloney's there. Now Howell has the puck. He'll send it around to the near side. Glidden stepping up and hitting his man, and that's going to send the puck down the ice. No icing, though. Kelly pick up, gave it away to Dukeshire, trying to walk out, but he hit the back of the net. Dukeshire was given a gift there, but he was tight in on the net, and it hit the iron. Puck comes back over to the far left side. Here come the Terriers on the attack. Pass behind Colbrick, but they're still okay. Cugliani can't drive the net. Puck picked up in the near corner. Here's Fuller with the shot. That hit a leg. Some high-scoring offense on the ice for Orillia as Barrett blocked a shot. Pass out Colebrook, and he lifted it high. Price over to the far boards to pick it up. Swung across to Feltus. Takes a look. Shot towards the net. That didn't hit the mark, and it's going to allow Duggan to pick up the loose puck. Orillia had flooded the near side, and Duggan's going to send this one down. No icing. Play will continue. Terriers play it up the near wing. And they're back in the offensive zone quickly. Fuller towards Hartley, off the blade. Fuller on it again. And the backhand goes all the way over to the far boards, but the Terriers are there. Kick back to the point. There's a blast. Tipped and saved by Hartley again. That puck went high to low in a hurry, and Hartley was squared to the shooter. Body flips it up. Play into the Hanover zone. No icing on this call. Colbrick on it in a hurry. Gives it to Fuller. Works it around the net. There's a shot, and that was blocked by a defenseman. Duggan in behind his own net. 12:30 left to play in the first period, and it's been all Terriers this frame. Here comes McGilvery now. His shot off a leg. McGilvery trying to chase it in the corner. 2 Terriers on him. This is more of the Terriers team that we saw in Game 1. Here they come again on the attack, on the backhand, floats it back, and that's a giveaway to the blue line, not out. Picked up by Shield, his pass picked off, and it's going to be Palamaki coming in on the near wing. Palamaki turn around to the boards, shot towards the net, that hits Shield, and he'll be able to get it up to Danny Scott. 3 Barons are up on the transition. McGilvery coming in, tried to slide it back to Scott, but that was blocked, and the Terriers will march it out. Up through center, here comes McLean. His quick shot scooped up by Hartley, and we'll get another face-off. Scoreless in the first.
Scoreless in the first. A really good push from the Terriers. They're moving pucks. They're making quick passes. I've noticed they're sending the D in on the pinch. They had the high forward. When he's there, those D are going down the wall, create pressure. So far, so good for the Terriers. Face-off to the left of Hartley, near side.
Duggan gets a second opportunity to clear it. Here comes McCary, center ice and in. Curtis Arnold chasing it. Wrapped around the boards. McIsaac trying to knock it down. Terriers will pick it up and flipped high in the air. Knocked down by Arnold. He'll get it up ahead. McCary couldn't handle it, but McIsaac has it. He takes a shot. It's underneath Thomas. A rolling puck and a decent shot. Face off in the Orillia end.
That would be included in the Barons' game plan, is shoot from anywhere on Reed Thomas. Let's test the young goaltender early. So far, so good. Be a face-off to his left in the Terrier zone, far side.
They'll send out Maloney, Dukeshire, and Barrett here in the offensive zone. See if they can generate something. They've had no containment whatsoever here in the first period. A couple of shots here and there, but nothing sustained. And right away, the Terriers able to get it out. Here comes Petrov. Barrett gave him a nudge. Far wing, Dukeshire, tap play to Maloney. 3 Terriers are back defensively. Here comes Maloney, trying to center it as Barrett was coming in. Austin Wade on the far side, able to keep it in. And here comes Barrett, fights off a check. Howell's shot off a leg, trying to get a look there. Tiffin Seminara sends it over to the near side. Edmonds couldn't keep it in. And now Barrett up the ice again on the near wing. Centering it to the slot area. Dukeshire had it poked off his stick. Howell trying to follow up. Here's Dukeshire. Picked up by Barrett. Makes a nice move. Oh, took a hard shoulder. Maloney kept it in. Maloney to the net. That hit Barrett. And he couldn't turn it around. And he took a thump. His left shoulder area, he looks a little tender. Here's Duggan. Fires it into the offensive zone. Colhoun will give chase. And behind the net, picked up by Colhoun. The captain hooked. Backhand shot saved by Thomas. And now he's knocked down and we're going to get a penalty. Slashing will be the call. He took a pretty good hook coming out from behind the net. That wasn't flagged, but the slash will be called. And a Bostech Mechanical power play coming up.
I like how Calhoun didn't get rattled after the hook. He kept going, feet were moving, then comes the slash. It was the low referee with the call. And it's the Hawaii 5-0 out here, 10:06 left, PJHL Center. They're looking to erupt with a power play goal.
Yeah, all that effort by the Terriers in the first half of this first period. Hartley standing tall, and now you got to kill off a penalty.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Face-off win, Hanover. Here's McGilvery, holds, kicks it back. Dukeshire fending on the pass. Look out, short-handed rush. Palamaki puts on the brakes at center, tries to outskate Dukeshire. Pass to the far side. And the centering pass didn't work, and now they got to get back defensively as McGilvery carries it up the ice. Near wing, McGilvery, cross ice, far side. McIntosh tried to slide it to Barrett, and that didn't work, and it's down the ice. Palamaki will give chase. Hartley out to play the puck. Got to be careful here. Swings it around the net to McGilvery. He'll pick up a head of steam. No, dish it off to McIntosh on the far side. We've got 1:20 left to go on the man advantage. An aggressive Orillia penalty kill. It's been that way all series long. Here's McIntosh. Has to chase it back. Gets away from Cugliari. He's up the far wing. McIntosh into the zone. Trying to go around the net past Feltus. He gets handled. Play to the near point. Can Maloney keep it in? Yes. Trying to feed it down low. Here's McGilvery. No shot. Hands it off to Barrett. Back up to Dukeshire. Had to go back to retrieve it. To Maloney. Quick down low. Back to the point. One-touch passing here. Trying to get the Orillia defense to sway. Out in front. They score! Sam Barrett! It's 1-0 Hanover.
Sam Barrett with the marker. It all starts top of the umbrella. Kyle Maloney distributes the puck to Alex McGilvery on the half wall. Alex passes far post. Doesn't go in initially. Thomas makes a save, but it's Barrett smacking in the rebound, and the PNH Center's alive here as the Barons score on the Bostech Mechanical power play, and you couldn't have explained it any better. Pressure for 10 minutes by the Terriers, power play, goal for the Barons, are up 1-0.
First goal strikes again, Johnny K. That's been a key factor all through this series, and the Barons have picked it up here in Game 5. Play up through center ice, kick to Fuller. Swings it into the offensive zone. Duggan tried to glove it ahead, and Colebrook with the forecheck to try to keep it in, and he does. Looking for assistance. Back to the point off the leg, and look out, Arnold will have it. There's a short 2-on-1. Arnold coming in, can't make the pass across to McCary. In behind the net, McCary kicks it over to the far boards. Duggan with the high shot. Out in front, McCary, and it's battered away. Duggan blasts it again, and it's going to be Thomas this time with the 5-bell save.
You could say that again. Barons on a 2-on-1. Curtis Arnold coming in on the right side. He's got to shoot that puck. I know he wants to pass it, but Reed Thomas, he's been kind of a little, his confidence hasn't been the greatest. Get a shot on him low, look for a rebound. Can't slide it across. Good push by the Barons there, but Thomas stands tall in the crease. There'll be a face-off to his left, far side.
Kick to the boards. McGilvery sweeps it around the net. That's picked up by McIntosh, but lost the handle on it. Palamaki on the near boards trying to clear for Orillia. Over to the far side. Scott will pick it up. Backs it up in his own zone. Shield Looks for an outlet. McIntosh on the near side couldn't advance the play. Now McLean looking for it for Orillia. Taps it into the Hanover end. Shield back to pick it up. Puts on the brakes, falls. Had support from Scott, though. But a weak pass is intercepted. Terriers have it out in front. Save. Rebound in the slot again. And it's steered away by Colhoun. Another flurry in front of Hartley. He made a couple of saves, and Hanover was able to clear it. 7:25 remaining here in the first period. 1-0 lead Barons. Pass across, backhand shot, and knocked away again. Play in the corner, McClay throws it around the net, coming to the near side. Picked up by Barrett. Here comes Barrett up the ice. A little bit of speed. The wheels into the near corner. Barrett going around the net, trying to feed it out in front, and Maloney was poke checked. Play down the ice on the near wing. Edmonds is going to get rode into the boards. Gets back up, though, still with the puck. Pass back, Body. Slides it across far side, back to Body. Will Hilly shoot? And it's blocked by Dukeshire. Dukeshire looking to clear, and he does, and it goes back to center. Play to the near side, Edmonds. Dukeshire trying to hold up the big man, and Edmonds just walks through it. Here comes Edmonds. Little poke check there, knocked away from 77. And now we're going to get a penalty here. It's going to be a slashing call against the Barons. And now the Terriers will have their Bostech Mechanical power play.
You know what? They need their power play the most here. Get them back in this game. And got to make it work. Some good pressure. The 5-foot passes inside that soft zone between the hash marks. Terriers are making them. They just can't beat Hartley. We'll see if they can beat them in the power play. Face off to the right. Far side.
They're on the rush early. Behind the net, they control. McLean being bugged by Verbeek. He'll send it around the net. Duggan will catch up to it. Trying to hold it along the boards. It's poked loose. On the near side, both teams battle. McKee digs it out. Picked up by McIsaac. And he'll throw it down the length of the ice. That'll chase the Terriers back. Palamaki will handle the puck carrying duties up through the neutral zone. Pass intercepted by Colhoun. And then Palamaki knocked it down, but was offside. So they get back onside. McLean carries it in. Palamaki following him up. Play along the near boards. The Terriers look to set it up now. They've settled the puck down. Back to McKee. Leaves it there for Fuller. Trying to get it back to McKee, but a nice check by Arnold will send the puck down the ice, and Fuller frustrated on that exchange. A minute to go on the man advantage for the Terriers. Trailing by a goal. Here comes McKee. Boy, can he weave through. McKee with the puck on the far side. Kicks it back to the point. Slid across. Kept in by Presley. Down low near side. Shot towards the net. Hit a body. McIsaac able to pick it up, and he's got daylight. And McIsaac can't flip it out. He shot it right into the Terrier, but it's forced out anyway. Terriers regrouping in their own end. Here comes the rush. Far side. Presley in. Trying to get it towards the net. Goes in behind the Hanover cage. Near corner. Galutzin coming in. McIsaac trying to help out as well. Whole lot of traffic down low. Picked up by Glidden. Swung across far side. Shot coming in. That's deflected. Galutzin couldn't clear. Here's the shot. And that's off the leg and out. Penalty over. Dukeshire was stepping out. Almost caused a turnover in the neutral zone. Smith Seminara has it, and he throws it into the offensive end. Tiffin Seminara, as the whistle is blown. Hartley with possession, and we got 4:21 left to go here in the first period.
Not much happening on the power play for the Terriers. Barons taking away the half wall. First over the boards, it's McIsaac, Galutzin. Then they kill the rest of the penalty. They do their job. 4:21 left here, first period. It's the Barons with a 1-0 lead.
Face-off push to the end boards. Cugliara on the forecheck, but Colhoun will clear up to McIntosh, and they'll skate it out. Good eyes by Colhoun. He'll throw it in on the netminder, deflected to the near corner, and now they'll try to chase Colhoun. Rocked in the corner, stays on his skate somehow. Back to the point, here's Howell. Waits, shoots through traffic off a leg. McGilvery trying to forecheck. Play goes to the far side, and the Terriers have a chance to break it out, but Colhoun with a good play. McGilvery able to keep it in. shoots towards the net. Look out, screen was Thomas, but he was covering that near post, and the save was made.
With the Barons having last change here at home, they snuck out the first line against Alan Telford's fourth line. Have to be careful. Not much you can do here, but they held strong. Reed Thomas with the save as the linesman kind of fixes that near post, gives it a shake. We'll have a face-off to the 17-year goaltender's right near side.
3:46 to play in the first period, a 1-0 lead for Hanover. Lots to talk about. The Terriers came out with a force. Hanover withstood it and were able to score on their man advantage. That's where we stand right now. Face-off win, Barons. Puck in behind the net, picked up by the Terriers. They'll try to work it up to Fuller. He'll swing it across through the middle, and it's knocked down and played by Price into the offensive zone. Scott trying to cover him. Playing behind the net, Duggan is back, and Duggan's going to skate it out. Mobile defenseman up ahead to Barrett. They're onside. No, they're not. Just offside. Dukeshire couldn't hold. And look out, some pushing and shoving. And now we're going to get a bit of a crowd here as the referees will sort things out.
Looks like they're going to take two. Dukeshire and somebody. I saw Sebastian wave his finger. He said, well, you and you box.
Looks like 24 Glidden is going to go.
Got to be careful if you're a Terrier. There's an extra shot there. You don't want the Barons on the power play, as that was their lone marker here. 3:24 left first period. Full house here at the P&H Center. Standing room only. Face off to the right of Reed Thomas near side.
Maloney out to take the draw. Kick back to Howe. Here's Scott on the far side. Waits back to Howe. Looks for the shot. That was high and wide, and now the Terriers will try to move it out. 4-on-4 right now, so a little more room to skate. Sam Barrett coming down low. Scoops it by McKee. Left in the corner, though, and it's up ahead to Fuller. Fuller on the far left side, trying to stick handle past Danny Scott, but smart play. Scott took the man, let the puck go to Hartley for the cover-up.
Yeah, Fuller coming out of his own end. He's calling for the puck, and he gets the puck off his near skate, and he taps it to his stick. That's a dangerous play for Johnny Kay, but Fuller does it every day. Face off to the right of Hartley, far side.
In behind the net, the Barons trying to dig it out. Palamaki doing some work, comes back to the near side, McKee with it. McIntosh forcing him. McLean now sends it across to McKee at the blue line. Far boards, Colhoun gives chase. Look out, they got a man in front. McLean with the shot, and Hartley read that one. Made the save low. Here's McLean with it, left it there, far side. Barons running around in their own zone a little bit here. They try to steal the puck. There's the transition. Duggan will try to sweep it, but couldn't get it past the center line. Now it's turned over. McIntosh is able to march it up. McIntosh, quick shot, blocker save by Thomas. He needed that one, folks. McIntosh scored the first goal in Game 4 with a similar shot. Here's Scott. He'll slow it down as they take a look. Still 4-on-4 for the next 35 seconds. Danny Scott into the zone. Trying to flip it in deep. Has it on his stick. He'll go pass it to the middle. I think he was trying to go behind the net, and it bobbled on him. Near side, Maloney left it there. Here's Danny Scott again. Waits for help this time around. On the near boards. Can't kick it back to Maloney cleanly. And now it's thrown back. Howell, nice tap ahead, but it's cleared. Presley on the far wing, but out of his reach. Good back check by Maloney to get there. And he'll sweep it to the open corner. That's going to do it for the 4-on-4 as both teams get a fifth man on the ice. McGilvery skating away from traffic. Here's McGilvery. Dodges a check. He's in. McGilvery smooth. McGilvery toe drag across. Oh, and he just missed the mark. Maloney a little late getting there on the far side. Great move by McGilvery. Now a turnover and dumped down the ice. This could go for icing. No, play continues. Comes over to the near side. Last minute of play in the first period with the Barons leading 1-0. McKee with it in behind the net. Forced over to the far side. Tiffin Seminara will pick it up for the Terriers off of the boot of McCary, and it goes out of play.
low defenseman for the Terriers, bottom of the circle. He's trying to go cross ice to Edmonds on the half wall here. You got to be careful. Deflected out of play. 44.4 seconds left. Face off to the left of Reed Thomas, far side.
Kick back to the point. Here's Duggan. Waits for the last possible second. Dumps it behind the net. It's on the stick of McCary. Arnold wanted it in a hurry. Back to Verbeek, though. Verbeek takes a look. No direct line to the net. Drops it to the corner. Now McCary trying to work his way below the icing line. Fuller can't clear on the first attempt and then gets knocked down. We're going to get a cross-checking call. McCary steamrolling his man, and Fuller is back up at his feet, but it's going to be a Bostik mechanical power play for the Terriers here at the end of the second period as the whistle goes. And Arnold and a Terrier into the corner. They just fell, but cross-checking is the indicator. No doubter there, Johnny K, and a Bostik mechanical power play for Orillia.
Yeah, Fuller was in the Terrier zone right by his bench, half wall there, and it was the cross-check from McCary. And with 11.6 seconds, the Terriers will try to push something, win the draw, maybe get a quick shot, see if they can tie this game.
Well, you definitely want to hold here for Hanover. You hate those last second goals. Danny Scott with it, trying to pin it below the icing line. Colhoun will help out as well, and that should kill the clock. Buzzer will go, and the Barons will walk out with a 1-0 lead after 20 minutes, but the Terriers on the man advantage when they come back for the second.
Yeah, Terriers start on time, in my opinion. Coach Talford has to be happy with that period. I know he doesn't like the power play goal against, but all night, if he can stay within a goal, he's got a chance to PNH Center.
All right, 1-0 lead, Hanover after one. More to come. This is OHA Hockey on CKNX, brought to you by Cleaning Depot by PBJ, more than just cleaning supplies.
Was busy. He was doing cartwheels, working hard. Lots of shots by the Terriers. I didn't expect anything less, but Hartley stood tall, and he kept it 0-0 until the Barons on the Bostik mechanical power play.
Power play, the difference so far, that happening just about the midway point.
Yeah, 11:08. Sam Barrett with his fifth assist to McIntosh and McGilvery, and just a shot from the half wall. The rebound there, Sam Barrett on the spot, taps it in. 1-0 Hanover.
Terriers also had a Bostik mechanical power play. That didn't work out for them. They'll start the second period on the power play. A lot of time left on it with 11 seconds just left in the first when the infraction was called. But JK, really the story of the period was Orillia's attack in the first 10 minutes, and somehow Hanover survived.
Yeah, they survived, but the Terriers made an adjustment. Their D are pinching along the wall. Why does that happen? Because you have the high forward, and that allows that to happen. Lots of pressure below the goal line, and we talked about in between those hash marks, that sweet spot. Terriers are making those 5-foot passes. They just can't beat Derek Hartley.
So what does Hanover has to do to make those adjustments coming into the second?
You know what? Sometimes you might want to switch to a man-on-man when the team kind of changes the forecheck. That's the simplest thing, in my opinion. Get a man, stick with them, then everyone is held accountable.
So second period coming up in about 3 minutes' time. It's been an exciting game so far. I got to meet some more people. Drew Davidson, former Walkerton Hawk captain, just stopped by. He's been to this point before a number of times against Alliston and said, hey guys, this is good hockey. And we all know that story, JK. You get to this level and the skill and the talent and the hard work kind of comes up to the top.
Yeah, just different level. When you get to the final 8 here and soon to be final 4, it's just good hockey. You know, a lot of top-end guys have played some really good hockey. They found a home in the PJHL and entertaining the fans here at the PNH Center and, of course, in Orillia.
And again, recapping, Napanee is through to the next round. Essex is through to the next round. Grimsby and New Hamburg tied at 2, so I'm sure those communities will be, of course, filled with hockey fans as they play Game 5 tomorrow night in New Hamburg, and there will be a Game 6 in that series. Also, I have to mention a lot of chatter about Minto going to the Allen Cup, which is going to be played out over the next week or so. And I believe it starts right after Easter. And the Minto right there in the top of the Senior Hockey League.
Yeah, they won the OEHL. They went back-to-back. And then Ryan Fisk and the Minto 81s are going to go play in that Allen Cup. They play Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And it's great hockey. A lot of guys played pro. It's great for the former WOA Senior Hockey League converted to the OEHL. Just a great opportunity for guys that can play some competitive hockey. Looking forward to it.
All right, our attention goes back to center ice as the Barons and Terriers come out. Johnny K with a little bit of a snap, crackle, pop here with us this evening.
You know what? We are lucky. I don't know if the fans here noticed my sugars were low, but we have some Rice Krispie squares. We got all sorts of things. I'm just afraid if we break into this now, we'll be done.
That'll be a post-game celebration.
Post-game snacks. Here we go.
Hanover attacking left to right, Orillia left to right here in this second period. Or check that, Orillia right to left, Hanover left to right here in this second frame. And 1:49 left on the Bostik Mechanical power play for the Terriers. So I'm sure they'll be chomping at the bit to get going here. Penalty killers will be McIsaac, Galutson, Verbeek, and Duggan.
Speaking of the Minto 81, Stephen Grant, the linesman, going to drop the puck here. He's a member of that hockey club.
And away we go. Second period action underway. Orillia will control off the faceoff. Far wing Palamaki will throw it into the Hanover end. Stopped by Hartley. He'll just gently toss it to the corner. Orillia quick on it. Back to the blue line they go. Near side McKee. He'll pass across. Back door was clogged up there. Puck stays in the zone. Terriers trying to work that seam. Back to the point. Kept in by McKee again on a nice play. Far side Fuller will take a look. Leaves it there. Back to McKee. Looking for a shot. Comes in. Nobody in front of Hartley. And he'll make that save all day long.
Yeah, Nathan McKee, top of the umbrella, gets the shot. No traffic. Like you said, Hartley's going to make that save all day. I want to throw a shout out to my boy out there, Boomer, Jared Ron. It's his birthday. He's watching at home on Whiteman, and we want to wish him a happy birthday. Hope you're enjoying the hockey game.
Face off near side in the Hanover end, and they'll do it again. Kick back to the near point. Here's Palamaki with it. Shot gets through. Blocker save Hartley, and it's sent down the ice by the Barons.
I don't mind the shot by Palamaki, but he hit Hartley right in the chest with no traffic. Got to get smarter, lower, rebound hockey here tonight.
Here's McLean. Leaves it for Fuller, trying to return the pass. He gets tied up along the boards. Puck down low. McLean works it up the near side to Fuller again. Fuller kicks it back to the point. Terriers, 40 seconds left on the man advantage. Nice steal by Colhoun. And the Hanover captain sends it down the ice. Talked with Ryan prior to Game 4 in Orillia. All smiles, very energetic. And he's brought that energy back again tonight. Play deep into the Hanover zone. Galutson trying to force a turnover. McIsaac will follow up, and it's banged down the ice once again. Ring of approval to our left. 10 seconds left in the Bostik Mechanical power play for the Terriers. They've got a couple of shots on Hartley, but nothing sustained. Here comes Pattenton on the near wing. He comes in, tries to go short side, puck loose, and it's going to be cleared. And Hanover's back to full strength. Here comes McGilvery giving chase. McIntosh will pick it up, but McGilvery was in deep. Backhand across, that was picked off, and now it's going to be Tiffin Seminara on the far right side, moving in for Orillia. Verbeek pushes him off the puck. Play comes over to the near boards, and it's picked up by McIntosh. He'll take a look, sends it across to McGilvery. He's in the far corner, squeezes through a check, but the puck trickled off his stick, and Orillia's going to clear. Duggan trying to settle it down, stuck at center ice, played by Price. Batted over to the far side. Verbeek kept it out of the zone momentarily, and now back in. Terriers were offside, they had to clear. Duggan, hard off the near boards. McIntosh takes a look. Pressure on him, though, and he trips up his man, Cugliari. And McIntosh is going to go off at another Bostech Mechanical power play coming up here for the Terriers.
That's a great value shift for the Terriers. Fourth line against first line. Draw a penalty. Go to the bench. Get your power play on there. Try to get a goal and tie things up here, Steve.
So not the start in the second period that the Barons wanted as they go down a man once again. Palomaki swings it across to the far side. Here's McKee. Shot through traffic. That was tipped. Galutsin, there's a shot. And that goes over the net. Galutsin with a big play to tie up the stick of Edmonds, and he couldn't get the rebound. Barons will get it out over the blue line. Terriers regrouping. Palomaki on the near side. Rips it into the Hanover zone. Got by Hartley. McLean on the far side. Trying to tip it back. Get some help. Terriers are in. Off the side of the net. McLean trying to work it by Scott. Still has it. Feeds it down to Edmonds, but it's scooped up by the Barons and smartly sent down the ice. And they'll go for a change. All four of them surviving that power play push. Minute 10 left to go. McKee will be the puck carrier. Far side, Palomaki into the offensive zone. He lost the handle, and that's going to be cleared. So one too many moves, and the Terriers have to reset deep in their own zone. Play comes up the near side. Here comes McKee again. He'll log a lot of ice time for sure here tonight. Just doesn't stop. Play goes to the corner. Arnold will flip it out. That's down the ice. And Barrett's going to give chase here.
Terriers push the puck to the half wall at all times. But you know what? Barons are there. They just ice the puck. They have to make an adjustment here, Steve, to get things going.
Just 30 seconds left. Pass up the near side. Tiffin Seminara with it. He'll hit his own blue line. Backhanded to the near wing. Pattenden walks it in. Takes a look towards the net. Drop pass. No one was there. Miscommunication forces Presley back. He'll send it up near wing. Pattenden will cut across the middle. Back check by Colhoun trying to pick his pocket. Play down low into the corner. Colhoun rides his man into the boards. Back to the point. Here's a shot. Blocker save. Hartley. He was screened on that one, but got the big right arm up. That'll do it for the power play. Hanover back to full strength. So a last second chance. This is going to go for icing against Hanover. But a last second chance there by the Terriers, and Hartley again with the save.
Yeah, there's loose pucks in the blue paint. Terriers have to get on the inside of the defenders. They're on the outside. They got to get into that zone. They got to work hard for it because Hartley hasn't had too many rebounds. His D take the puck and they exit the zone or put it in the corner. Terriers inside position equals success.
You know what I loved about that was the movement you showed with the exclamation.
Yeah, I'm a good dancer too.
You are. You look like the two-step.
Yeah.
Play comes back to the near corner. Orillia keeps it in the offensive zone, around to the far boards, and Duggan will try to reach up for it. McGilvery can't help it out of the end, and Cugliari will get a shot. That's Duggan blocking it. And now it's fed up the far wing, and McGilvery has it. He'll cut it to the middle. McGilvery's got McIntosh. There's a shot wide of the net. McIntosh on the near side, trying to battle two Terrier defenders. Up the near wall, Colhoun couldn't keep it in, and it's going to be moved up by Cugliari. And chipped to the blue line. Verbeek pass to McGilvery, and it's chopped into the Orillia zone. 14:25 left here in the second period. Coming up center ice. Thrown over to the far wing. Here's Scott coming into the zone. Bats it to the corner. Danny Scott with a look. Up the left wing. Barrett's going to give chase. And it's the Terriers as the puck went high into the air and hit the roof. Just a reminder, tonight we'll have our hardest working player, brought to you by Listwell Honda.
Few candidates already, Steve?
I'm sure you got your checklist.
Yes.
Face off to the far side, just outside of the Terriers' blue line. Hanover bats it in, not deep though, and the Terriers will take control. Pattenden. Terriers now having a little bit of trouble getting at it as they hit some bodies with their outlet passes. Maloney in on the forecheck. He slips and falls, and it's going to be up to Fuller. Near wing. Shot off the stick of Hartley, and it's pushed to the far boards. Terriers keep it in. No, Barrett whacking at it, and it jumps in the air, and it's back to center ice. McKee trying to recover. Played over to the near boards and fed into the Orillia zone. Far side, Fuller. Followed up by Colebrook. Colebrook trying to cut to the net. Look out in front, and Price just didn't get down low on the puck for the shot. Play comes to the near side. Kept in, far side. Held on to cross ice and in front of the net. And that was knocked away. And the Terriers again trying to pull something out of their bag of tricks to beat Hartley here in the second period. Barons with a 1-0 lead. Here's Dukeshire coming in around the net. Dukeshire takes a look. Here's the pass across. Maloney scores! That was an amazing play. Dukeshire fed it out to the players coming off the bench, and somehow the player saw Maloney on the other side make it 2-0 Barons.
Yeah, Dukeshire skates into the zone. Terriers fail to hit, pin, and contain. They give him ice. He gets it to McIntosh. Then it's Maloney far post with the tap-in. That's just a nice goal.
Oh, they're going to wave this off and call it too many men.
Well, there you go.
They're going to call too many men on the ice. So no goal. It's waved off. The linesman referee explaining it to the Hanover coaching staff. Everybody was captivated by the pass to Maloney.
Yeah.
And that's why they have the officials on the ice, Johnny K. They counted 6. Yes. So a third consecutive power play here for the Orillia Terriers. Here's Palomaki, pass to the far side. There's a shot ripped wide of the net. Play comes to the near corner. Played over to the far side. McKee sneaks it in off a leg. Here's Edmonds, and he lifted it over the crossbar. He was trying to pick it off high. McLean sends it to the end boards. Kick back to Palomaki on the near side. The captain sends it back, McKee, and the pass just bounces over Fuller's stick off the boards, and it's going to be to the blue line, not out. Terriers keep it in, and they'll send numbers to the net. Pass back, McKee again through traffic. There's a save, and that's going to be cleared to the corner. And now Galutsin can't clear. He got tied up. Good play by the Terriers to keep it in again. Fed across near side. Here's McLean. Pass to the middle. Hard off Palomaki's stick. A minute left in the power play. Back to the near point. The Hanover penalty kill unit getting tired out there. Play on the near board. Sent to the net. Out in front. Galutsin clears. And they got to hustle hard to make the change. 45 seconds left on the power play. Here comes McKee. He'll fire it in. Hartley will steer it to the corner. Tiffin Seminara gets it by Duggan. Puck in behind the net. Hanover trying to keep it along the boards. Work down low. Curtis Arnold got turnaround here. Picked up by Danny Scott. Flips it to the near corner. Arnold hits his man. Play on the near boards. Hanover trying to dig it out. Relieve some pressure. It's over to the far side. Glidden will get there first to keep the pressure on. Calhoun now looking for some space. It gets loose, and Duggan will rip it around the boards, and that's going to get back to center ice. Just a couple of clicks left, and Hanover back to full strength. So they survive another power play, and Hartley's going to be happy just to cover it up.
Barron's defense on the PK, they do an excellent job of boxing out in front of Derek Hartley. Again, inside position's the key for me. If you get a rebound on Hartley, you have a chance, but if you can't get to that laying puck, you have no chance. Bostech mechanical power play for the Terriers, unsuccessful. We have a face-off in the Barron zone to the right of Hartley, near side.
10:47 left here in the second period, still the 1-0 lead for Hanover. Play on the near side. Edmonds trying to bowl his way through. Maloney can't advance it. Now he gets a second chance. Can't skate away from the crowd, and it's stuck on the back of the net. and they'll blow that play down. So what a swing. We went from a Maloney goal to a Orillia power play, and the Barons penalty kill held for a third consecutive time.
Yeah, they just couldn't penetrate there inside the hash marks to get one past Hartley. Face off to left, far side.
Picked up and off the glass. Kept in by Body. Duggan will rip it around to the near boards, and racing over was the Terrier player, able to keep it in. Feltus. Now Hanover gets a chance to roll it out. This is Barrett. Weak pass to the near wing, not even close to Dukeshire. Colebrook hits the blue line, tied up, and it's batted down the ice. Is this going to float enough for icing? Yes, it is. And that's going to bring it all the way back into the Hanover zone.
A little bit of pressure at the Barons' blue line. They ice the puck. 10:04 left here, second period. Time's flying here, Steve. Face off to the right of Hartley, near side. It'll be Presley for the Terriers, trying to win the puck back, looking for a quick shot.
Back to the near point. Pattenden sends it through. Off the leg of Hartley. Orillia on it. Back to the point. Near side, Pattenden again. Another shot. Hartley with the save. Maloney trying to catch up to it. He'll have a little bit of space now and skate it up the middle. Pass to the left wing, Barrett. Barrett will bring it into the offensive zone. Drop to Dukeshire. Dukeshire's shot, and he tried to rip it high glove. Play comes to the near side, and play is whistled down. We got a penalty coming up to Orillia. It's going to be a slashing call. And they're going to flag number 14, Josh Presley, going to the box. So now the Barons get a chance on the power play here with 9:33 left to play in the second.
Quick conversation with low referee Hollister. Fuller wants an explanation. He got it quickly. Face off to the left of Reed Thomas, near side.
Hawaii 5-0 on for the Barons. Here's Maloney. Cross ice pass, McGilvery on the far wing. He fanned on the pass, and look out. Now he's got a chase to Colebrook. Colebrook trying to fight through. Everybody falls to the ice, so we got another penalty, and it's going to be holding against McGilvery, and that's going to negate the power play. And we're going to go 4-on-4, so 18 seconds gone on that Hanover man advantage, and now we're 4-on-4.
Yeah, the puck bounced right in front of Brady Anderson's bench. Terriers go up the ice. McGilvery knew right away he was in trouble. He turned on the jets, tried to hit, pin, and contain. The Terrier kept moving his feet. It's the hold. Boztak, nothing. 4-on-4 hockey here. There we go, Steve. See, I'm good. I caught that. Hey.
Near side face off. There's a shot, Fuller. That was blocked. Fuller gets it again. Another shot in front of the net, picked up by Colhoun. He'll move it up to center. Colhoun coming in, trying to split the D. Can't cut it to the net. Backhand shot. He got a decent chance. And now Fuller's going the other way on the right side. Long shoot in, and Hartley will let it go. Verbeek in on Fuller. Play picked up by Colebrook. Kick back to the point. Shot coming in through traffic, and Hartley's going to swallow that up, and Fuller, and it's going to be Verbeek get tangled up in front of the goalkeep before the linesmen step in.
Verbeek aggressive on Fuller. Didn't like the pad touch or something happened in front of that net. But 4-on-4 hockey continues. Derek Hartley, a little adjustment of the goal mask. Faceoff's going to be outside the blue line, right in front of Terrier bench. Head coach Dalman Telford. Far side.
Face-off win by the Barons. They get it to the blue line, and they'll toss it out through center. Palamaki there to pick up the puck. He's in, trying to drive the net. Picks it up again, throws it back to the point. Pattenden didn't want to take the shot. Fed it softly into the near corner. Back up to the near point. McKee through traffic, hit a leg, and here comes Danny Scott. Maloney wants the puck, and he's got it. Maloney cutting in. Oh, and he gets shoved off the play. The fans are upset on that one. They wanted a call up high. Not going to get it. 4-on-4 still. Play goes to the far side. Arnold able to take out his man. Maloney way up the ice, but Shield has company. Couldn't make a clean pass as Shield swings it into the Terriers' end. Things getting a little loosey-goosey here, Johnny K. 10 seconds left with the 4-on-4 play into the Hanover zone, and that's going to be icing.
And we start to see that when you see the far blue line being occupied by someone looking for a pass. 4-on-4 hockey, we have seen it before in this series. It was Dukeshire at the far blue line last time. This time it was Maloney looking for the pass. And didn't happen. 7:41, 4-on-4 hockey in 8 seconds. It'll be the Terriers with the Bostech Mechanical power play.
To the far corner, around the Orillia net, to the near side. Barons being responsible as a man comes out of the box. 15 seconds of a Bostech Mechanical power play. Here comes Feltus. His pass across, blocked by Duggan. Play goes into the corner. Terriers have it. Pass back to the point was blocked. Comes up the near wall, and it's going to be McIntosh ahead to Colquhoun. Back to McIntosh on the near side. Takes a shot. He was looking for that far blocker post. Howell puts it in. Nice pass to McGilvery. He tries to swing it across. McIntosh was cutting in. McGilvery didn't take the shot. Play goes into the corner. Up the near side. Here's McGilvery. It's stolen from him, and it's going to be McLean. McLean coming up. Duggan knocked it down. McIntosh sends it to the middle. Colquhoun leaves it for McGilvery. He's in with speed. He'll take a shot. Oh, that stung off the leg of Glidden. Play back to the blue line, and it gets to Fuller at center. Two of them up the ice. Here's Fuller cutting across. A high shot. He scores! They were waiting for Fuller to break out at some point, and he gets one there. We're tied at 1.
Yeah, kind of a broken play. Far blue line. Finn Price throws a laser of a pass to Fuller. He couldn't play it with the stick. He got it in his skate, kicked it up, gets a shot, beats Hartley glove side, and we're all tied up at 1.
Storylines here tonight. Second period, all even. 6:33 left to play. Dukeshire pokes the puck into the offensive zone. Kick back to the blue line, but the defense wasn't up high enough. Scott will fire it in.
Goal scored by number 25, Jordan Fuller. Assist to number 12.
Terriers starting from their own end. Whipped up high. Off of the skate of Shield. In comes Colebrook, a shot blocker save by Hartley. Play comes to the near wall, and it's picked up by Danny Scott. Maloney puts on the brakes trying to reach for it. Terriers were back with numbers, though. Just a step ahead to pick up the puck, and now the fan enthusiasm starting to rev up here for their hometown team. Play back to the far side. Shield feeds it up the middle, picked up by Maloney. He's into the zone, needs some help. Back to Dukeshire. Dukeshire waits. Shot. Oh, that was hard and low. Barrett was tied up in front of the net. Play goes up the far wing. Terriers on the attack. Kicked away by Hartley. Verbeek now will pick up the play. Finds his man. It's going to be McIsaac into the zone. McIsaac spins away. Down low for Arnold. He comes around the net. Curtis Arnold couldn't center. Good pursuit by the Terriers to get back with numbers. Fed off the near side wall, up ahead, and it's tipped up to Petrov. He gets handled in front. Petrov and Verbeek get tangled. It's going to be McIsaac again coming into the zone. McIsaac to Arnold. Quick shot. Oh, saved by Thomas as Arnold was looking through the legs. Loose puck in the corner. Arnold with it. It dribbles out. Duggan back at the point, keeps it in. Puts it towards the net. That was wide. Verbeek will race in. He'll dump it to the corner. Tip towards the net. McCary couldn't pick it up cleanly. Play comes to the near side. And the Terriers as McIsaac gets hit. And there's going to be a penalty on Tiffin Seminara. Slashing is going to be the call. Or is this going against, this is going against Orillia. I thought they were flagging the Barons, but it's going to be Orillia Tiffin Seminara on the retaliation. And a 4:31 left in the second, a Bostic Mechanical power play.
Yeah, it was Cohen, McIsaac near side along the boards here. With the body check, Seminara didn't like it. He slashed him, retaliatory, and that's not a good penalty for the Terriers. Right after they tie it, they can't be playing with fire here, Steve.
Here's Dukeshire, swings it across McGilvery. Dukeshire, this power play's got a tick, and they're not going to do it this time. Colebrook short-handed. Colebrook coming in. Good play by Dukeshire, and in goes Colebrook on Hartley, and that's going to settle the play down. But good play by Dukeshire to get inside of the charging player and force him out of the play.
Yeah, Colebrook, 16 years old, driving the net, trying to get to that near post. In, Dukeshire keeps him out, makes contact with Hartley. No penalty on the play. That's just driving the net. No intent for sure, in my opinion. They'll have a face-off deep in the Barron zone to the left of Hartley.
They're actually going to bring it outside because it was the opposing player going into the netminder.
I'll allow it.
Play sent into the Terriers zone. Ripped around the boards. Arnold trying to settle it down. Here's Colhoun. Near side, Scott has it. No outlet. Scott's got to skate with it. All the way to the far side. Comes down low behind the net. Kicks it back to Howell. Backhand to Colhoun. Back to Howell. No shot by the big gun. Scott holds it. Now Howell setting up for the one-timer. They're covering him well, though. Quick across to Colhoun. Through the legs. Receive the pass. Quick shot into the chest. Rebound. They score! Captain Colhoun make it 2-1.
I think it was McCary.
Number 9.
Howell gets the shot, doesn't get all of it. Hits Thomas in the chest, rebound for Elliot McCary, scores, and I kind of like the move there. Brady Anderson had his top power play out there for 30 seconds. They weren't doing the job. They were tired. Get out PP2. They do a job. Bostech Mechanical advantage.
It was Colhoun in the high slot that was able to get it over to Howell. And the big blast again, Johnny K. You may not score on it, but it causes a rebound.
Yeah, it sure does.
And McCary with the go-ahead goal for the Barons.
Hanover Barons, power play goal, his third of the playoffs, number 9.
So Barons living off the power play here tonight, Johnny K.
Assist to number 6, Drake.
And they have a 2-1 lead late in the second period. Picked up by the Terriers now. Feltus through the middle. And he'll pick it up. Feltus coming in, trying to cut to the net. Duggan able to cut his journey short. Play to the far side. Bank pass Maloney. Flipped ahead. McIntosh is giving chase. Takes a look. McIntosh in behind the net. Spins away from the hit. Out in front. Quick shot. Sharp angle by McGilvery. He tried to feed it out in front. It's intercepted by the Terriers. Maloney stole it back. And it's in the offensive zone. Maloney on the far side. Cross ice. Cugliari cut that down. And the Terriers get it to the blue line and just out. Play wrapped back into the Terriers zone. Again, getting a little messy. Up the near wing. Cugliari tips it into the Hanover end. Back to play it. Duggan. Near side. Barons trying to dig it out to center. Picked up by McKee at the blue line. McKee with it through center ice, and he'll fire it in on Hartley. Ooh, had to be careful with that short hop. Play comes to the near side, Dukeshire. He left it there, and the puck's back to center ice. Maloney up ahead, looking for Barrett. They bang it away from him. McLean has it on the near left wing now, fires it into the far corner. Here's Palomaki, keeps it in. Duggan steers it away to the near side. Dukeshire trying to work that far board, and he has it. Dukeshire's pass finds Barrett somehow, and they're in. Barrett comes into the zone, into the corner. He falls as he tries to spin. Look out, hit on the near boards. Puck goes back to center, and it's going to be Shield firing it into the offensive zone. Colhoun coming in hard. McKee kept it away from him. Gets the puck back, and McKee up the near wing. He'll sprint away from McGilvery. McKee into the offensive zone off wing. McKee trying to do it himself out in front. Down is Duggan. It's underneath the player as he sat just outside of the crease, and he's on the puck.
Yeah, McKee does the job, skates the puck in, goes around, gets it to the blue paint. Jacob Duggan from Tottenham, Ontario, parks his butt right on the puck, right on the crease. He's not moving. Get a whistle. Hartley gives him a little tap. Thank you. And with 1:17 left, a face-off in the Barron zone to the right of Hartley, near side. Fuller, the lone goal scorer for the Terriers. He's looking to get something going here for the Terriers.
Minute 17 left to go in the second period. Power play goal for the Barons have given them to 2-1 lead. Play on the far side. Look out, Maloney up alone near wing. He's into the zone. Maloney trying to cut in on the backhand towards the net. McIsaac on it quickly. Mishandled it in behind the net. McIntosh trying to help out, trying to get it to Maloney. But the Terriers collapsed in front of their goaltender, and they'll get the puck to center ice and in. Hartley will rip it up. McIsaac knocked it down, and he sends it to Maloney on the far wing. Glidden was back defensively and gets hit hard, and there's going to be a penalty. McIsaac rode Glidden, and both referees with their arms up. And some words for McIsaac from the Terriers. 32.5 seconds left to play here in the second period.
Did you see the second infraction, Steve?
No, I did not, but the Terriers box is open.
It might have been retaliatory. We'll have to see. McIsaac with the initial. Sebastian and Hollister having a quick conversation. We'll see what the outcome is here shortly.
Yeah, McIsaac going to the box on the first call, and then we'll see if a Terrier is going to go off. Discussion by the referees, and now the linesmen are going to come in and have a chat. 4 pairs of eyes will break it down. 32.5 seconds left in this period. Johnny K, while they're discussing, lets us discuss about what has happened this period. You know, Orillia has seemed to be all over Hanover at times, and it's the Barons that have been the opportunistic team tonight.
Yeah, Boss Tech mechanical advantage. They have a good power play. They have 2 good power plays. They have the 5-0 that we've been praising all playoffs. We don't talk much about the second power play, but there's good shooters. There's Howell there, Danny Scott, Calhoun, and McCary. And these guys can move pucks. You can't give them an extra shot. That's what happened. Terriers take a bad penalty on the slash. You just tied the game. Then you give the advantage back to the Barons. And we're going to have the official penalty here. It's Palamaki and Calhoun, both captains. Must have been a retaliatory off the initial, Steve.
Well, there's 2 minutes on the clock for, there goes the second 2. So McIsaac in the box for Hanover, and they're waiting for a player from the Terriers step in. Palamaki doing his best to sway the referee, but I don't think any words are going to change his mind.
Pressure games, you know, big games hinge on players that can execute in pressure situations. You have to be able to control your emotions, know what's at stake here. 4-on-4 hockey. And Terriers are taking their time putting whoever in the box.
Looks like it's going to be Tiffin Seminara.
Good flow in the period up to this point, Steve.
Yeah, we saw the original call when McIsaac hit Glidden just inside the Orillia blue line. That's when the first one went up, and then as McIsaac came around, the second infraction, which went to Orillia. So we're 4-on-4 again here. This will end the second period.
Hanover Barons, number 8, Colin McIsaac, 2 minutes 40. For the Orillia Terriers, goaltender number 80, Reed Thomas.
Oh, Thomas.
2 minutes slashing. Top of the penalties.
So Thomas got the slashing call. There's a shot. Hartley, big rebound. Calhoun will pick it up. and send it out of the Hanover zone. And we got a penalty coming up as Fuller went into Colhoun, and Colhoun's going to get the call, I believe, tripping. So Fuller was going towards Colhoun, and he got his stick in Fuller's legs. So it's going to be a 4-on-3 with 1.5 seconds left to go in the second.
Yeah, it makes for an interesting start to the third period.
You're going to need a couple pages to wrap this one up.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, 1.5 seconds left. How about you pull the goalie, Steve? Why not?
Overload the one side.
Yeah, get out of there, bud. We're going to load her up here. Look for a shot. Colbrook trying to win it back. He loses the draw into the corner, and that's it for the second period.
There we go. That ended quickly. 2-1 lead for Hanover after 40 minutes, but it'll be a 4-on-3 for the Terriers when they come back to play the third. Things are not done yet. Now some talking back and forth as Thomas goes to his bench, and Johnny Kay will write some notes down, and we'll line it up in our second intermission. More to come here from Hanover. You're listening to OHA Hockey on CKNX, brought to you by Cleaning Depot by PBJ, more than just cleaning supplies. Here in Hanover, a 2-1 lead for the Barons over the Terriers after 40 minutes of play in Game 5 of the PJHL's Northern Conference Final, and a little bit of a messier period than what we're used to, Johnny Kay, but a couple of goals.
Yeah, it sure was messy for sure. 2 goals, 13-24. Jordan Fuller gets his 13th assist to Colbrook and Paddington. And then 16-20, Bostech mechanical power play. It's Howell with the shot from the half wall, rebound, and Elliot McCary from Montforest, Ontario buries it. Barons with a 2-1 lead.
A little bit of a crowd in front of the net there, but they pick up the rebound and they get the lead, Johnny Kay. It'll be the Terriers of 4-on-3 to start the third. A lot of penalties in that second period, Johnny Kay, compared to the last couple of games.
Yeah, we haven't seen that, and like I talked about before the break, the ability to play under pressure in games like this is going to be the difference for me. And you can't take penalties, and you have to be responsible. And when you take penalties and you're a Terrier, the Barons make you pay. So Coach Telford is telling his team, boys, we got to be smarter. We're a shot away. Let's go after it here in the third.
Looks like the Barons are sitting back at times a little bit. They need to stay aggressive here going into the third period. Get through this penalty kill and keep the foot on the gas.
Yeah, keep the foot on the gas. Get their feet moving in the neutral zone, because that's where there's trouble. And as much as I harp on the Barons D sometimes on being a little sloppy, what they do really well is inside those hash marks, they keep everyone to the outside. No one's getting rebound shots on Hartley. He's making the first save, and after that, Barons D are clearing it. So Terriers, like I said before, get on the inside for an opportunity here.
So, again, we'll recap what's happening across the PJHL playoffs at this point. Napanee is through in the east, Essex in the west, and in the south, Grimsby and New Hamburg continue tomorrow night in New Hamburg. It's Game 5 of that series, that best of 7 tied at 2. And there's a lot of talk going around, Johnny Kay, about who's going to face who in the next round and how they're going to figure it out. We can tell you that no firm decision has been made about anything. They want to make sure that the series get wrapped up first, and then there'll be some decisions made, although with the distances of travel increasing, teams have to make plans. So we'll see what the decision is as it gets closer to that point. From our standpoint, we will be following the Hanover Barons as far as they go. So if they are able to hold on and advance tonight, we'll be headed into the next round. And, of course, if Orillia comes back to win tonight, we will be going to Orillia tomorrow night. It'll be Johnny Kay and Ryan Drury with the call Saturday night if a Game 6 is needed. But we talked in the pregame show, Johnny Kay's keys to the game, and the Hanover Barons really don't want to go back on the road. They want to seal it here.
Yeah, they want to seal it here. They want to rest their players. They want to just have time to regroup. But the Terriers will have something to say about this. They started great. First 10 minutes, they're all over Hartley. Let's put an asterisk beside him. He played huge, gave the Barons some time. They score on the power play. It's 1-0 after one. Fuller, who's been quiet this series, he beats Hartley glove side. They're back in the game. Unnecessary penalty by the Terriers, in my opinion. And then it's Elliott and McCary. Boom, it's 2-1. You can't give the Barons extra opportunities because they're going to make you pay.
Let's rewind to just before that Fuller goal, because it was 1-0 at the time, and it seemed that Kyle Maloney had scored goal number 2 to make it 2-0. That one was waved off because of too many men.
Yeah, and we were busy making the call and talking about it, but it was the officials getting together, too many men, and I thought that might have been like a momentum swing, or maybe the hockey gods want to take part in this hockey game and make a difference, but it didn't seem to rattle the Barons. It was business as usual, and they finished the second period with a 1-goal lead.
And the team's coming back to the ice now. The Terriers will move left to right, the Barons right to left. As the fans file back to their seats, I don't think too many people will be leaving anytime soon, as this one is still close. So the players that were flagged down for the penalties will head to the box and have a seat, and we'll see who comes out to start this third period. Palomaki, Fuller, McLean, McKee, no surprise there. The top 4 players on the Terriers, and then for the Hanover Barons, Danny Scott, McIntosh, and it looks like Galutsin is going to complete the triangle. So here's something you don't see too often, JK, in a playoff scenario, 4-on-3 hockey.
4-on-3, 2 forwards, 1 D for the Barons. I'd like to see Nathan McKee on the back end for the Terriers. He skates well on 5-on-5. I want to see how well he can skate here with all that open ice. He'll be the key, in my opinion, to start the period here. Can they get the puck deep and get it to the slot for a goal?
Definitely speed will play a factor, and we're lined up and ready to go. Terriers win the face-off. In comes McLean. Takes a look. Scott on him. Now they'll let McLean go around the net and keep everything to the outside if they can. Here's McKee. Fuller. Back to McKee. Over to McLean. Trying to shrink that penalty kill. High shot. And that will be deflected out of play.
Some good puck movement there coming from the top. Fuller with the one-timer. I was just thinking the intermission. It's chalk talk central in the room for the Terriers, trying to draw something up. 4-on-3 advantage. Face off to the left of Hartley as he takes a well-deserved drink of water near side.
Face off win Hanover. Scott rips it around the boards, and it's going to be sent down the ice. Galutsin's going to give chase, but McKee just too fast. And here he comes, winding it up. He's into the offensive zone. In comes McKee around the net. He'll dish off the puck to Fuller. Back to McKee. Near side, McLean doesn't take the shot. Palomaki trying to cause some havoc in front of Hartley. Hartley trying to deal with him on his own. And now a good stick by McIntosh. And it'll be cleared down the length of the ice. Ed Maloney take the draw and then switched in McIntosh as quick as possible.
Yeah, it was the Terrier on the half wall handcuff there. He was on his backhand. You have to be careful with the passes, Steve.
Here's the Terriers attack coming in quickly again. 20 seconds left on the 4-on-3. High shot, hit a body. That's going to be cleared by Barrett.
That hurt Palomaki. He got him right in the wrist. He dropped his stick, went for a change, Steve.
And he's off to the bench. Good eye there, Johnny K. Puck deep in the Terrier zone. Picked up by Orillia. And they'll move it up the ice again. Secondary unit coming on. Here's Colebrook. Fed across to the far side. Shot, save, rebound, and popped over the net. And now we have a 5-on-4. Or 4-on-4, pardon me.
The clock's messing us here, Steve.
5-on-4, Orillia, yeah. Orillia has 5 skaters. Drop pass, here's Glidden. Takes a look, shot towards the net. That's going to be tipped away. Play goes to the far side, and now Calhoun steps out of the box. I think they have an extra penalty up there, JK. It's 5-on-5. Puck back into the Orillia zone. Pass up the middle. That's a giveaway. Here comes, offside. And someone's going to get called with too many men.
Hollister with 6 fingers up. We'll see.
Is this Hanover again? Oh, I think he may have got caught on the clock.
Oh.
They're going to get caught. So there's no, he saw the penalty on the clock and counted 5 skaters. So there was an extra penalty on the clock that nobody was serving, which was kind of, there's 5-on-5. There's 5 guys. I
could see that being a challenge.
So they should take this. Are they going to take this to center ice?
No, check that, Steve. I see the linesman is positioned to the left of Reed Thomas, far side in the Terrier zone.
Well, that's when the play was whistled down.
A lot of stuff going on.
There is.
A lot of stuff.
End of day. No penalty. We're 5-on-5. Orillia could not take advantage of their Boston Mechanical power play. Palamaki looks to be okay. He's back on the ice after taking a shot in the hand. So Maloney will float in. Fuller for the Terriers for the face-off. And we're back at it. Maybe a little bit of normalcy here for a couple of minutes. Play back into the Orillia zone. McKee back to pick it up from behind the net. Trying to feed it up. Fanned on the outlet pass. Stuck along the near boards. Barron's trying to jump on it. Now poked loose and the Terriers have space. It's going to be McLean up through the middle of the ice into the Hanover end far corner. Played by Pattenden, and here's Palamaki. He lost the handle on it, but stays in Orillia possession. Here's McLean. Duggan trying to tie him up. Fuller swoops in on the assist. Puck to the far point. Comes back to McKee near side. Feeds it to Palamaki. A spin around shot. And that was wide of the mark. And a good turnover as Dukeshire forced it. Here comes Barrett. He's got Palamaki trailing. 3 coming in though. Pass across. Oh! And the sauce just a little too high for Shield. Smart play by the defenseman to jump the rush. Fed out to the far left wing. Here comes Orillia on the attack on the left side. Cut to the middle. Palamaki! Backhand shot. Saved by Hartley. Off the near boards. McGilvery trying to find it. He's got some room. Tough angle though. Into the corner. Rolls over Glidden. But somehow Glidden got to the puck first. McIntosh with the forecheck to Cone. Quick shot. And that's off the netminder, close range. Orillia getting run around in their own zone there for a couple of seconds, and it was almost costly. And now Petrov flares it into the Hanover end far corner. Danny Scott puts on the brakes. The pinchers coming in on him. Verbeek in support up to McGilvery. Looks ahead, McIntosh joining the rush, McIsaac. McIntosh will peel away, McIsaac in on the forecheck. Play along the end boards, and it's picked up by the Terriers trying to exit on the near side. Through center, Verbeek with a nice block, and it's back to the neutral zone. Play to the near boards off the glass. Not in the Hanover end yet as it's caught at the blue line. Body will throw it across to the far side and picked up by Curtis Arnold, but he couldn't drive it into the offensive end. McIsaac follows up and gets down the ice. Slim 1-goal lead for the Barons right here, 2-1 in the third period. Play to the near side. Howell able to keep everybody out, and now he'll be the forechecker coming in on Body. Box him out. Play comes to the near side. Up the near wall. Maloney trying to hold the blue line. Puck kept in. Picked up by the Terriers. Near side and not out. Maloney doing a good job. Gets it to McCary. McCary, sharp angled shot. Thomas is going to hold on to that one.
McCary bounces off that half wall, kind of goes in the left side. I thought Reed Thomas was kind of too close to that inner post. I was looking far side. But McCary shoots it right at his chest for the whistle. Face off deep in the Terrier zone near side.
Near corner, picked up by Duggan with the shot. from in behind the net on the rebound. Terriers pick it up, and they'll feed it up. The stretch pass works. High shot off the glass, comes back to the near side. Edmonds gets tangled up in the corner. Colebrook trying to help him out. Play on the near boards, and Duggan will feed it in behind the net for Danny Scott. He'll take a look. Outlet wing pass to Duke Shire, and he's into the offensive zone. The Duke poke check on him. Turnover, and Edmonds will move it out on the far wing. He's got some backside pressure. Weakly in on Hartley. Comes to the corner. Edmonds throwing the body around. Gets it back to McKee. And look out, Fuller trying to punch it through. Got it again. And it's tipped out of play.
Just smothering in between the hash marks, top of the blue. Barons D diving, deflected. It's that all-important rebound that the Terriers just can't get to. Hartley, calm, cool, and collective as he cleans out the crease with his stick. Face off to his left, near side.
Fed to the corner. Scott on the near side trying to work it out. Terriers able to keep it in. Drop down low. Here's Duggan. Feeds it over to the far boards. McIntosh and Colhoun work at it. And Brady Anderson with a nice stab.
Yeah, some good hands on Brady. No delay right away. Gets that right hand up and protects assistant coach Kirby. Not directly, but if it deflected off the back wall, Kirby might have got it right in the chops.
You never know.
You never know.
Face-off win by the Terriers as the shot's blocked. Back to the near side, drop below the net. And picked up by the Barons. Tipped to the blue line, and it gets by Glidden. Palamaki. Drop pass Fuller. His shot off a leg. Back to the point. Far side. Shot is deflected by Colhoun. Palamaki's centering pass. McIntosh will lift it out, and it's going to be McGilvery helping it out over the blue line, but he's got too much of a crowd to work through, and we got a penalty coming up. Slashing is going to be the call, and a Bostic mechanical power play coming up for the Hanover Barons. Kelly is going to get flagged for the infraction. 13:06 to play here in the third period, and another man advantage.
I didn't see the slash, but I heard it. Back ref Sebastian, arm up, Bostic mechanical advantage, Hanover Barons.
Face off to the far side. Barons have a couple of power play goals already, looking for a third for a cushion.
Orillia Terriers penalty number 27, Tyler Kelly.
Near side, picked up by the Barons, and it's going to be moved out by the Terriers now. Nice little poke check. Colebrook left it there for Price, and Hartley will scoop it up.
Colebrook and Price, good combo here on the PK, get a shot. Hartley makes the save, and Brady Anderson gets PP 1B out there. Face off deep in the Barons zone to the left of Hartley, near side. 1B, does that make sense?
It does.
1A, 1B?
1A, 1B.
Okay.
Got to be careful here as the Barons get the draw, and Arnold will move it up the ice. McCary trying to cut to the net. Puts on the brakes. Sends it to Howell. Off a Terrier stick. Colhoun trying to flag it down, and it's batted down into the Hanover end. Palamaki up on Scott. Scott will try to skate away from him, needs some help. Sends it down low to Colhoun, and he'll get it to the blue line and move in. Here comes Colhoun into the offensive zone. Up the near side. Howell is back in time to keep it in. McCary, far corner. Protects the puck, back to Howell, swings it to Maloney. Down low to Colhoun. Colhoun takes a look. Waits, sends it back to Maloney. Howell with the one-time blast, and that's off Thomas. That was a rocket. Low and hard. Look out, Maloney gets his pocket picked by Fuller, but can't do anything with it. Now it's going to be McCary the other way. He had company. And the Hanover power play will tick away a little more here. 25 seconds left in the man advantage. Play comes up the near wall for Barrett. Barrett trying to work the wing. Flips it into the offensive zone. Settle down And the Terriers will send it into their bench, and the face-off will stay in the Orillia end.
Yeah, with 14 seconds left on the Boss Tech Mechanical power play, you'll see 2D out for Brady Anderson, and Dukeshire, Maloney, and Barrett face off to the left of Reed Thomas, far side.
Play goes around the net to the near point. Shield able to keep it in. Sent down low. Here's Maloney. Penalty winding down. Tries to get it to the slot. Barrett will get a shot away. Missed glove sides. Danny Scott with the look off the blocker of Thomas. Play comes to the near wall. Orillia looks to get it out. Glove down. Maloney. His shot off the leg. There's a shot. Thomas with the sliding save. Desperate. He got over on Dukeshire and able to keep the puck out. Back into the Hanover zone. Scott will take a look. Orillia backing up a little bit, getting some new personnel on the ice. Scott holds on to it. Palamaki won't chase. Wingers coming in a little deeper, and now they're going to force the issue. Barons just wait for the last moment to create some space up through the neutral zone. Edmonds there to pick it up for Orillia around to the far left side. Into the Hanover zone. Edmonds trying to bust to the net. No angle there. Sends it up to Palamaki. His shot at the side of the net. Shield trying to clear. McIntosh up ahead to McGilvery. And it's up through center ice. McGilvery. Shot in on Thomas off the stick to the corner. McGilvery there first. Passes it back. McIsaac through traffic. McIntosh on it right away. Up the near side. Look out. Referee got in the way. And now it's going to be Palamaki trying to chase it down, but Duggan was back defensively. Smart move by the Hanover D-man. Now it's going to be icing, though, and that'll take it back into the Hanover end.
Overage forward Palamaki trying to get to the far blue line, just diving for a puck. He's playing for his junior career here, just trying to get something going. Terriers down a goal, 9:38. We're at the P&H Center. I'm John Collius with my good friend Steve Savard, Adam Oliveira on the camera. Exciting hockey here in Hanover, Ontario.
Face-off near side, picked up by Duggan. Off the end wall, goes to the far boards. McIntosh can't clear. Kept in. Verbeek gets tied up. Duggan can't catch up to it. Lost his stick. And the shot goes off the end glass. McIsaac held up high. Play in behind the net. Terriers on it first. Cugliari. His shot off the leg of Duggan. Play to the sideboards. McGilvery can't dig it out cleanly. Cugliari again. And again his shot deflected, but somehow stays in the zone. Glidden on the near side. McIsaac on him. Played back to Cugliari. Across to the far side. Look out through traffic. That hit Verbeek. McIntosh can't catch up to it. And the Terriers have Hanover running around a little bit here. Verbeek trying to skate away from pressure. Duggan was there to help out, and he'll have the play and flip to center ice, and Hanover will get a much-needed change. Puck back into the Orillia zone. Long pass. Here's Presley. Tipped into the Hanover end, just inside the blue line, near boards, and it's going to be poked out to center. Terriers control. McKee with the puck. Flipped into the Hanover end. Scott back to play it. In around the net, trying to skate away. Maloney will send it over to the far side. Here's Dukeshire. Has to make sure, and it's up through center at least. Barrett catching up to it, and he'll just throw it into the Orillia end. Pattenden is back to skate away. Has it on the far side. Almost lost it. Kept it in his possession, though. Pattenden skating through. Cleared back to the near side. Colebrook shot blocked, and look out. Here's the transition. Barrett. Barrett into the offensive zone. Back is Orillia. Barrett's pass deflected to the near corner and sent over to the far side. Dukeshire's there, trying to keep it down low. Here's Barrett. Kick back to the point. Duggan's going to get into one here. No Fand on the shot. And it trickled away from him. Dukeshire on it right away. Flip back to Shield. Kept it in at the blue line, and it's going to be gloved down by Thomas. with 7:19 to play in the third and a 2-1 lead Hanover.
Yeah, Shield gets the shot from the left side on the blue line. Maloney doing the drive-by, looking for a deflection. Reed Thomas with the save. He catches his breath. 7:19. The clock is ticking for the Terriers. Face off deep in their zone to the right of the goaltender, near side.
Near boards picked up by Orillia. Fed around to the far side. McGilvery couldn't hold it along that far wall, and it's going to be Fuller to Palomaki. Top two coming in for the Terriers, and it's flipped into the glove of Hartley, and he'll squeeze it for a face-off. Just a reminder, if Game 6 is necessary, that'll be tomorrow night in Orillia, 7:30 puck drop. We will be there for that game if needed. Face-off to the far side in the Hanover zone. Maloney and Fuller. Well, Maloney will be directed away. McIntosh couldn't win it. Back to the far point. Kept in by the Terriers. Shot towards the net. That was tipped. Looked like a high stick. Touched the puck, and that's what the call is going to be. Referee indicated right away that'll bring the face-off outside the zone.
On the D side for the Barons, as they defend a 1-goal lead, they have all their players, all 5, below the hash marks until they have possession. Then they skate out as a unit. It's making sure they have the puck, no turnovers, and playing careful here with 6:55 left as they hold on to a 1-goal lead.
Played over to the near side. Here's Verbeek. Back to Duggan. Over to Verbeek on the near wall. Pass up the near side. Tipped by Barrett into the offensive zone. McLean off the wall. McKee steps up. Barrett read that, but it gets to Palomaki on the near wing. Palomaki toe drag and a nice hard shot went off the end boards, but Hartley was aware and he'll smother that for the face-off in the Hanover end. 6:31 to play.
Yeah, Palomaki, a little hockey IQ there. He's just trying to kind of go near side. Maybe a deflection might go off the back dash or just something for a bounce or just something to get going here for the Terriers. Coach Telford makes a line change, face off to the left of Hartley, near side.
Scott checked into the board, stays with the puck though. Now he's knocked off stride. Cugliari trying to dig it out from underneath him. Puck is loose. Scott stunned momentarily. McKee with the shot. Hartley with the save. Look out, Arnold with a good stick. Keeps it in. He gets a high stick and no call. That was underneath the chin, and now it's going to be flagged. And I think the fans have a point there.
Yeah, the stick was up, the head went back. But how about the biggest chance for the Terriers in the third? It was McKee, and couldn't beat Hartley. 6:02. A lot of hockey left, eh, Steve?
A lot of hockey left.
Here we go.
Got to keep focus. McGilvery trying to draw. Oh, he's crushed. But it's going to be Glidden who got the worst of that one. He goes off the bench shaken, stepping into McGilvery. Here come the Terriers up the far wall into the offensive zone. There's a shot blocker save. Oh, look out. The Terriers player goes hard into the boards. And he'll get up on his own strength, but he's got a sore arm. Play goes into the Orillia end, and that's going to be whistled down, but two Terriers physical play and go off the ice slowly. That was a rocket of a shot on McGilvery.
Yeah, McGilvery, it was kind of both players were going across the trolley tracks, and it was Glidden trying to get a shoulder. McGilvery went down, Glidden went to the bench. I think he took the worst of that, and McGilvery kept cooking down to the corner. 5:30 left here at the P&H Center, face-off in the Terrier zone near side.
They're still checking out their players on the bench. Play goes to the far wall. Duggan is there, taps it back into the Orillia end. McKee back to pick it up. Left side now, up into the Hanover end. Active sticks by the Barons trying to slow down that rush. It's off the glass and out. Terriers from their own blue line. Cross ice, hard off the stick, and Duggan will just dump it to the center ice area. Play into the Hanover zone. Here's McLean. Drop pass, and that's cleared. 2 Terriers back. Kelly there to pick it up. He'll rip it into the Hanover zone. A little dump and chase now. Kalamaki in behind the net. Left it in the corner. Fuller and McLean trying to dig it out. Fuller on it. Pass out in front. Intercepted by Duggan. And it's going to be Barrett skating it out to center ice. And he'll weave in. Barrett cutting across. Good look out, man in front. Pass across. Oh, and it's stopped by Thomas. It snuck through for McIsaac, but Thomas was there.
Down low, Terriers a little puck watching. It's Barrett kind of mesmerizing them. They forget about Cohen McIsaac from Drayton, Ontario. He was going far post, tried for the pass, deflected. Reed Thomas with the save as he gets a pat from his defenseman there. 4:25 left here, face off of the Terrier zone, far side.
McIsaac, McCary, and Arnold out, and the puck's going to be moved out by the Terriers through center. And in comes Presley, holds on, high shot, and that will rim around to the near point. Glidden couldn't hold the blue line as McCary follows up. Deep in the Terriers zone, Glidden seems no worse for wear after that collision. A couple of shifts ago, play back to Glidden. Up to the near side, into the Hanover end again. Verbeek is back to play it. Feeds it to the near side. Behrens to the blue line, not out. Kept in by Glidden. Steered to the near boards again. McCary to McIsaac, and out they go. Arnold skating hard, and it lands on the doorstep of Thomas. Face-off will be in the Orillia end.
On the exit, Behrens just want to get to the red line. Little soft dump, kill the clock. Reed Thomas freezes the puck. 3:38 left here. Terriers trying to hold on to the season and force a game 6. Behrens hold a 1-goal lead.
Ripped around the boards to the far side. And squeezes out over the blue line in the air and down into the Terriers end. Played over to the left wing. Up to the blue line and popped into the zone. Back is Verbeek. Terriers with a heavy forecheck. Duggan will flip it ahead. Barrett can't settle it down. Play comes to the near side. Here's Maloney. Flips it up through center, and it's going to be Barrett. He's got some help. Dukeshire to Barrett. Can't get a shot on net. They tangled him up, and the Terriers will transition. Up comes Fuller. Gets through the leg of the Hanover defender. Duggan there, though. Dumps it to the corner. Here's Maloney. Up the near wall, and it's chipped to the blue line and out, forcing Presley back. 2:35 to go here in the third period. Hartley will leave it there for Duggan. Hard off the boards. McGilvery will pick it up and get it to center ice. McGilvery fires it into the offensive end. Won't play around with that puck. Make sure it gets in deep. Here's Colhoun. He's in deep. Centering pass. Nobody there. Edmonds back to pick it up. Behrens trying to make it tough for the Terriers in the neutral zone here. They'll gain center ice. Glidden will rip it in. Here's Danny Scott. He'll send it off the glass. Glidden can't hold the zone. McGilvery trying to push through. Glidden gets it back. Fed across, no. And it's going to be fired in on the netminder. 1:50 left. We'll keep an eye on Thomas as the Terriers will surely try to get the extra attacker on. Thomas already leaning towards the bench here. Puck into the zone. The Barons will kick it out. Thomas has to freeze. Terriers need to get an offensive zone face-off. McLean back in his own end. And the Barons will watch it sail up the near side. Palamaki in. Fuller following up. Here's Fuller with the shot, and they'll get the face-off. I'm sure we'll see a timeout here by the Terriers. They'll get the extra attacker on. Sure enough, the board's coming out, and the timeout's going to be called, Johnny K.
Yeah, a little bit of a chess match, watching the goalie. When are they going to pull it? It's the overager, Palamaki, with the wits to get a shot on Hartley. Nice and high. He's going to play it, get the whistle. The chalkboard. I call it a chalkboard. That was like an 82. It's a whiteboard.
It sounds better than a dry erase board.
Yeah, dry erase board. But anyways, vigorously, Dowman, Telford, boys, blue paint, get inside the defenders and tap it in, and we'll send this to overtime. And Brady Anderson, he's telling them we got to box them out. No rebounds, box out, block shots, and one step closer to the Final Four, but we have to do the work. You think they said that? Maybe.
Pretty good guess. You've been down there before. You've heard the talk.
Yeah, you know what? There's nothing like being a coach with that board and trying to drop something like a last-minute play. You've worked it on all year. You have to win the draw. Sometimes on that draw there, Steve, you lose it on purpose and it goes into the corner, but everyone has to know what they're doing.
So big face-off here to the near side in the Hanover zone. 6-on-5, empty net in the Orillia end. And the puck kicked loose, and McGilvery trying to tie it up on the near side, couldn't clear it. Chance of let's go Barons. Terriers dig it out. Pass to Palamaki, it's blocked and cleared. Last minute of play. Here's the play on the near side. Fuller's in. He'll take a look. Cross ice. Palamaki through the crease and out. Here's McKee. Kicks back. Shot. And that's blocked. McGilvery can't wave it out. McIntosh will. It's going to roll. McKee's got to get back. 35 seconds left. Play at the near blue line. Barons keep it out, and it's pushed loose. Pattenden has to be careful. Barrett will peel away. Last second rush. Here comes Pattenden. He throws it into the zone. Duggan is there, trying to keep it along the boards. Maloney working at it as well. The scrum moves down low. Palamaki falls. Barrett's going to clear. That's going to do it. The Barons are going to move on. The Hanover Barons clinch it. The North Conference Final champions, winning 2-1 tonight, Johnny K.
Yeah, they played a gutsy game here at home. Defense first. Their goaltender did the job. Their special teams scored twice. And a valiant effort by these Orillia Terriers. Just a great hockey game by them. And just a good hockey game had by all.
All right, our Krabby Joe's post-game show coming up next. We'll run down the game and a whole lot more. 2-1, Barons beat the Terriers to win this series in 5 games. You're listening to OHA Hockey on CKNX, brought to you by Cleaning Depot by PBJ, more than just cleaning supplies. for the Orillia Terriers to close out the series. 4-1. Out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Stewart Financial Services in Wingham. Stratford beats Chatham tonight 3-1 to even that series at 7. London stays alive with a 7-5 win over St. Mary's. Lincoln's up 3-2 in that series. And that is your out-of-town scoreboard for this evening. Johnny K., hardest working player, brought to you Listowel Honda. I think no doubt in my mind, are you thinking the same way?
Yeah, Derek Hartley, 19 years old, Shallow Lake, Ontario. Experience is what it's all about. He showed it tonight. He's a big reason why the Barons are going on.
First 10 minutes in that first period, Sean, and then made some big saves down the stretch. We also want to say congratulations to some Orillia Terrier players who finish off some stellar careers.
Yeah, stellar careers for sure. Tyler Kelly from Barrie, Ontario. He played his last game of junior hockey today. Devin Edmonds from Midland. Josh Presley from Orangeville, Ontario. Dylan Palamaki, he was a joy to watch. Lots of points in the playoffs. And then there's Jordan Fuller from Barrie, Ontario. Had a dynamite regular season, 114 points. And all 5 of those guys have a lot to be proud of. Their whole team, their whole organization, when the dust settles and this loss is behind them, they'll be able to reflect on the season they had. They knocked off the Alliston Hornets, and just a great season by them. And they'll be able to look back years from now and talk about this.
Hanover Barons accepting the North Conference banner, of course. Captain Ryan Colhoun. We've got Ryan McGilvery down there, Kyle Maloney, and Drayton Howell, as the Hanover Barons will give their fans a big wave. Huge support here tonight. All right, we'll be back with the play of the game and wrap things up. You're listening to OHA Hockey on CKNX, brought to you by Cleaning Depot by PBJ, more than just cleaning supplies.
Second star, number 9, Elliot McGarry. And how about our first star, number 29, Derek Hartley.
That'd be great. I have no problem.
Trainer Will Schwipple and Caitlin Johnson, our GM, Pete Allen. Assistant GM, Lucas Johnson. And Director of Hockey Ops, Mr. Mike Fisher.
Here in Hanover, a 2-1 win for the Hanover Barons over the Orillia Terriers to wrap this series up in 5 games. Johnny K., what a fantastic effort. The Barons weathered the storm in the first 10 minutes of the first, and they pick up the ticket to the next round.
Yeah, a step in the right direction. They all want to play for that Smoltz Cup, and the Barons will have an opportunity. In the semis.
In the semis.
Hey,
and the opponent yet to be determined. Another series yet to finalize. That's Grimsby and New Hamburg. Napanee and Essex, of course, already on the way through. Now we go to the play of the game, brought to you by Dairy Queen and Listowel, Johnny K. And for this one, we'll go back to the first period.
Yeah, first period. When you want success in the playoffs, you have to have a power play that clicks. And here's what happened. 11:08. It was McIntosh getting the puck to Sam Barrett. He gets the rebound, puts it in. It sounded like this.
To the point, one-touch passing here, trying to get the Orillia defense to sway out in front. They score! Sam Barrett! It's 1-0 Hanover.
Sam Barrett with the marker. It all starts top of the umbrella. Kyle Maloney distributes.
Sam Barrett with the opening goal. A little bit of a messy second period for both teams. Derek Hartley was fantastic. We had him for our Listowel Honda Player of the Game, also named first star tonight in this contest, and they're going to need him moving on to whoever they face. The level just gets harder, Johnny K. What do the Barons have to do over the next week?
You know what? They have to rest the next couple of days and then regroup these coaches. They're all about tape, watching games now in the PJHL. Every team has a video feed, so it's all about doing your homework and being ready to take the next step.
On behalf of Johnny K here at the rink, Miles back at our studios, Adam Olivero from Whiteman, it's been a fantastic run so far, and it will continue. We'll follow the Hanover Barons all the way through. I'm Steve Sabrin. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night, and we'll talk to you at the next hockey game. You've been listening to OHA Hockey on CKNX, brought to you by Cleaning Depot by PBJ, more than just cleaning supplies.